Hi everyone, welcome back to the History of Football channel. Today I'll just be doing an instant match reaction / my thoughts to the game that's just finished in the League Cup quarter-final there. Everton against Fulham. Fulham win this match on penalties 7-6 after the match finished 1-1 after full time had concluded. Well, that's a real kick in the stomach, a real kick in the guts there. Not exactly what I think all Evertonians hoped for before that game started. I mean, looking at this fixture before it began, it was a golden opportunity to make that semi-final. You had the likes of Manchester City, United, Tottenham out of the cup. The only teams that were left, Liverpool, Newcastle United, Chelsea, but on our side of the draw, we drew Fulham, and then of course Port Vale, Middlesbrough still left, West Ham still there, so they're an opportunity. If we get past Fulham, potentially could have drawn either Middlesbrough or Port Vale, you just never know. So huge opportunity, really good chance to win maybe the first bit of silverware the club has seen since 1995. Best chance to make a semi-final in a very long time, and the club fell short. With this match, it was a bit different than some of the Premier League games that we've been in. We didn't play as well that first half especially. We were a bit flat. We did have some chances though, but I think in that first half we were the better team than Fulham, but for some reason we ended up going 1-0 down into that half-time break after there were an own goal, and you guessed it, Michael Keane once again with the own goal. He was the hero the other day at Burnley, and then once again he's been brought back down to earth with another Michael Keane moment. I mean, how many times has he scored an own goal? But he's kind of one of them players, Michael Keane. He's very rocks and diamonds. Yes, he might score you a worldie, he might get a goal, might put in a man of the match performance, but he is prone to moments like this. With the rest of the team, I think that first half probably weren't the best that we've played in a couple of matches. Going into that second half though, there every chance that we could have come back into the match. A lot of people at halftime were, well, you can see the experts on Instagram and Facebook were saying, get Keane off, get DCL off, bring Beto on, and bring someone else on for Keane. It weren't until I think about the 60th minute, 65th minute that Sean Dyche decided to bring Beto on, and I believe in some ways it changed the game in that second half. I thought that we looked a lot better in that second half going forward, and we finally managed to get that goal through Beto, who I think he's getting better every week, to be fair, and he gets a goal, makes it 1-1. We didn't really get many chances after that. I was really hoping that the match didn't go to penalties, but it did, and with penalty shootouts it's a bit of a lottery. Just with penalties, it's not really down to who's the better team overall, it's just who can hold their mettle, who can hold their nerve. Going into that penalty shootout though, it was pretty even early on, and credit to him, I think Michael Keane was the third penalty taker, and he put his hand up and he said, I'll take a penalty, and he slotted that away. And I think that shows a bit of courage, a bit of character about him, that even though everyone were calling for his head and everyone wanted him subbed off, that's he managed to stay on the field, and he even put his hand up for a penalty to take that. And then Bobby De Cordova-Reid steps up, and I'm thinking, miss it, and Pickford saves it, and I'm thinking, here we are, like we're 1 foot into that final, semi-final I should say, not final, semi-final. And then Onana steps up, and I'm thinking, Onana's a decent player, he should be able to do this. He's got the Gladys Street behind him, all cheering him on, and by all reports it was one of the worst penalties ever taken at Goodison Park apparently. Onana just stepped up. He was really arrogant. He was trying to showboat, and Leno guessed the right way. And then all the kind of momentum after that Pickford save and that Onana penalty, it just totally ruined the whole, I think, vibe around the crowd and the momentum. And you wouldn't be able to make this up, but someone by the name of Tosin, there used to be a Tosin that played for us, he ends up scoring the winning penalty for Fulham and sends them through to the semi-final of the League Cup. So absolutely gutted, devastated. This were probably our best chance to do something in a long time in a cup competition, and Onana comes up with something like that. Reading the Instagram comments, everyone's wanting to kill him. Everyone wants to get a piece of Onana. I think he'll be absolutely devastated after this. With Fulham once again, this kind of reminded me a bit of the first match that we played against them, opening day of the Premier League season. They weren't at their best. We were good, and I mean, especially in that first half we weren't great, but that second half we were better. And it was kind of similar thing where we should have won that game in the opening day of the Premier League season, and we should have won tonight on penalties as well. And once again, Marco Silva, former Everton manager, gets the last laugh. So you couldn't really make it up. You get the former Everton manager, who's at Fulham now, in a League Cup semi-final, and also someone by the name of Tosin scores the winning penalty for them. So yeah, I'm feeling a lot of emotions at the moment. I think that we'll look back at this League Cup campaign and think we really should have probably gone on and done something with this League Cup campaign that we're in now. I wouldn't be surprised if Fulham draw against Middlesbrough. That wouldn't surprise me in the least. So we'll just have to wait and see who they get. And on the other side of the draw, at the moment, it looked like Chelsea and Newcastle were still in a penalty shootout, and Liverpool against West Ham the next day. So you just never know. We might have been playing against Newcastle again. Could have been playing against Middlesbrough. Who knows? It'd just be it's a guessing game as to who we would have played. But just imagine if we would have played Fulham in that semi-final. I mean Middlesbrough in that semi-final. That would have been a really golden opportunity to be at the final and to potentially win some silverware for the first time in 29 years. But anyway, at least the club now can focus more on the Premier League, and they can learn from this experience, and they can learn from this loss. And there's a big game coming up against Tottenham Hotspur over the weekend. That's away from home. So I mean, Tottenham at the best of times are a bit rocks and diamonds, so hopefully we get them on a bad day. But I think the squad will probably be a bit better from this. I think they'll learn from this loss, and obviously we can focus more on the Premier League. We've got the FA Cup match against Crystal Palace in the new year. Hopefully we go on a bit of a run in the FA Cup. You never know. But anyway, that's just my instant match reaction for the match that just finished. Fulham going through on penalties against Everton, and let me know in the comment section below your thoughts about the game and that Onana penalty. Alright, tatty bye for now.